What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/TalesFromTheCustomer. Alright, this story's called Grocery Store Trip. Cashier and manager won't let me pay. 2 other customers make it even worse. This happened several years ago and still bothers me to this day. I never tell this story in real life, but felt like getting it out into the world somewhere. This is my first post to this subreddit, and it is a very negative-filled post. For context, this was my first trip to a discount grocery chain store. This store had special rules for payment and did not accept credit cards at the time I decided to try shopping there. I looked online to check if my bank debit card would be accepted. It was listed, so I thought I was good to go. Arriving, I did not know I had to put in a quarter for a cart. I put in my quarter, then picked up a dozen or so items. At the checkout line, the cashier asked me if I have a bag. I did not. She tells me I need to buy a bag and points to a shelf. I don't want to hold things up. I should have done more research. My own fault for not knowing about the quarter charge for carts and about bringing your own grocery bag. But from here on, things go straight to crap. The bag shelf is almost empty. I need to get on my knees and reach to get a bag crinkled at the back of the very bottom shelf. I hit my head on the middle shelf trying to get the bag and knocked the empty shelf off. There's a pair of people behind me in line who start laughing. Ridiculously loud laughing, but I don't react to them. The cashier tells me I'm holding up the line and tells me to hurry up. No one asks me if I'm okay. The cashier stays behind the register expecting me to fix the shelf. I reattach the shelf quickly, to my surprise, and hand over the bag for the cashier to scan. I loathe being emotional in front of strangers, so I'm doing my best to have no reaction, even though I can feel how red my face is. The total is on the till, so I pull out my bank card and pay by debit. The cashier puts out her hand in a stop motion and tells me to use the debit machine to get cash. The pair of people behind me roar in laughter again, calling me stupid to each other. I'm counting myself lucky neither of them is pulling out a phone to film whatever they think is so damn funny. I checked online before I came in. This store accepts my debit card. I want to use my debit card.
No, that's a credit card you're holding and we don't take credit.
It says debit card right here. The back of the card has this symbol and they match the banner. I point to the banner hanging by checkout that states payment rules. So I want to use my card.
We don't take credit cards. That is obviously a credit card. You are holding up the line.
The laughing pair of people behind me chime in between laughs with their own comments, saying I'm stupid and I need to follow the rules.
See, everyone else knows how this works.
At this point, some sort of manager walks up and asks what the problem is.
This woman is refusing to pay for her groceries. She has a credit card.
I have my debit card right here. It's not a credit card. I just want to pay, but she won't let me.
I told you to use the cash machine.
Yes, that's right. For your convenience, we have a cash machine located in the store. Do you know your PIN number?
I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm sure I'm still red-faced, but I don't show emotion in my voice and keep my body language neutral. I'm determined to explain this only one more time. And then I'm leaving. That is what I thought. Why would I pay a fee to pull out cash when I have my debit card that you accept? I have a debit card. If this was a credit card, I couldn't pull out cash. Please let me use my card in your machine. The cashier has not let me use my debit card to prove that it works. I hold the card out in my hand. The cashier puts up her stop hand and the manager keeps his hands at his side. Crazy Pear roar out in laughter again. The manager and cashier start repeating their dialogue, alleging I have a credit card and need to get cash from the ATM. But I shake my head no, I'm not buying anything. I'll put all this back. I put my hand on the card handle, which has the groceries in it. Manager grabs the card.
No, you haven't paid. You are not allowed to take these.
I let go of the card first, then say,
what? I want to put the stuff away so I can get my quarter back.
Crazy Pear, pointing and continuing to laugh at me, echoes through the store.
You need to pay for these groceries before you can return the cart, miss.
Please let me put everything back so I can get my quarter. I don't want to give your store any of my money now, please. Manager still holding the card.
Only paying customers can put away shopping carts. I will not be responsible for you taking these items because you can't or won't pay.
At that statement from the manager, hearing Crazy Pear continue to laugh when they could have just gone to another line, and all the damn looks other people were giving me, I simply left. I walked out, ignoring the manager, and then the cashier saying something out at me. I try ignoring the laughing pair as they scream something about me running away and I am an idiot. I'm mad as hell that the bastards in that store got a quarter of my money because they would not let me put away things and then return the shopping cart. I wanted nothing of mine to contribute to that store financially, so people like the laughing pair could continue to shop there. Now, maybe it was policy that things could not be restocked by the customer, but every item was in one bag. The manager or the cashier could have taken out the one bag and let me put the cart away. I didn't think of that in the moment. Once I got to my car, I drove not too far to an isolated parking lot and finally freaked out, letting out all the crying and rage I held back in the store. I almost certainly was acting like an emotionless robot with a red face after I hit my head on the shelf and being subjected to the constant laughter from the two crazy people behind me in line. I can be socially awkward, but I did not deserve to be treated like I was by the employees, telling me I have a credit card when I don't, while also telling me to use my alleged credit card to pull out cash from my bank from the ATM when that isn't how it works, refusing to let me get my quarter back from the cart return. The employees treating me as the problem when the pair of people behind me were the ones making the scene. I have no idea what the laughing pair of people were all about. If they weren't there, maybe I could have resolved everything. The worst thing about the whole experience was them. The cashier seemed unfazed by their laughing and was more concerned about those two getting their full cart of groceries scanned and paid for. Logically, I know they must have annoyed the cashier, and they are why a manager came over so quickly. They were two plain, regular-looking folks seemingly on a normal grocery trip. But the laughing, pointing, insults, and how they would not stop after seeing me hit my head. It would be one thing if they had laughed, then asked if I was okay and offered to help. That would have been acceptable. But all they did was laugh. That's why I would never shop there again. Discount prices attracting true buttholes who don't care about anyone except themselves. I'd like to completely forget about that store, but it has become increasingly popular in the area I live. I regularly hear from people how I should go shopping at discount grocery store, and it's the best. I tell people I don't like the store and will not ever shop there. Most people don't push the issue. If they do, I just say I have my reasons and refuse to explain while changing the subject. At the time, I went back online to check again if my bank debit card was listed, and it was. As a customer, I've only been treated badly and unfairly twice. This was definitely the worst experience I've ever had as a customer. It seemed like because I only had a few items to purchase, I was placed at a lower value than the laughing pair behind me who had a full cart. The employees were against me, as if they held me responsible for the actions of the pair behind me, as I was the object of their crazy laughing abuse. This is freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm a jerk for laughing. They hit their head and they don't even... It's always funny when something funny happens and they just pretend like it didn't happen. Oh my gosh, it makes it 20 times funnier. Like, if you hit your head or something stupid and you laugh about it, like, no one's gonna laugh at you. They're gonna be laughing with you because... This story's called Companies Using Vague Terminology and Not Being Upfront with Their Customers. I will admit, I went a little Karen.
Blasphemer!
Here's the story. In May, I lost my job due to Brovid. I go back in August if everything works well. I called all of my credit card and debtors to request for help. All credit cards and loans had no problem waiving June or even July's payment. No late fees, $0 due for those 2 months. And more importantly, those minimums are not tacked onto the next month. Yes, they are tacked on to the end of the term for loans, and interest is still accrued. That's fine. I just appreciate now having a payment for this month while still having a regular payment due the following month. Meaning, I won't owe 2 months worth of minimums. Furthermore, I will eventually get unemployment, but it's been since May and I have yet to see a penny. It will come and I will be able to pay off most of my cards in full, actually, so them helping me really means the world, and I definitely expressed my appreciation to them over the phone. Then comes my phone company. Let's call them Run! I've been with them for years and have never missed a payment. But I've had issues with them in the past. One example, they were offering a free tablet. They told me I didn't have to pay for service on it, but it would only work on Wi-Fi. That's fine. I just needed something to take notes on at college and it was perfect. They told me it would be $5 a month. I asked, are there any fees for it? They said, no fees. Come my bill. I suddenly owe several hundred. When I called and asked about it, they said, oh, it's free after 6 months of payments for it. That's not free. And that's not $5. The reason there are no fees is because they don't consider a lease or charge for a device as a fee. This was back in 2014-ish, and I was young and stupid and didn't think to ask more questions, so I deserved that, I know. But their very choosy words stuck with me, so I learned that I needed to ask many questions. So come to last month. I chatted with someone asking what type of help they offer for people going through hardship during Brovid. The person said they can extend my due date. Nothing will be due for June. I asked about late fees, disruption in service, reporting to my credit, and what would be due in July. Since I had such good luck with the other companies, I was under the impression that by telling me I would owe my regular payment in July, that I would owe only my regular payment in July. Nope. Come the end of the month, they took June's payment from my bank anyway. When I contacted them, I asked them what happened to waiving June's payment. They had no answer and just said, I can refund this. Alright, fine. Then I get transferred with no explanation. Okay, that's fine. Speaking with this person, I reiterated being given a waiver for June. Turns out, that isn't what an extension is. Turns out, in July, I just owe 2 months worth of charges. And yes, there will be late fees. That's not helpful. Making next month's bill more is not helping. This was not expressed in any way. To me, that's being sneaky. So when they said I would owe my regular payment in July, they meant my regular payment plus June's payment also. But they didn't say that. I said, okay, fine. First of all, just tacking on previous months aren't helpful. If I had $300+ I would just pay my monthly bill. Late fees in previous months isn't helping. Secondly, staff should explain things to their customers. Saying, "Oh, regular bill" is not saying you will owe past month along with it. If there are late fees, tell us. It's a good thing I asked because otherwise you wouldn't tell me that. Lastly, cancel my request for a refund. If this was your version of helping, it's not helping. I'll just pay it and figure it out later. She responded saying,
Obviously, you'll owe past months. We all have bills. It's our responsibility to pay them.
That made me really mad. I said, you are the only company not offering waivers at this time. My car payment, my insurance, all waiving. I will now owe multiple months worth of payments come August. Just tacking on months' payments is not helpful. I will admit I went full Karen. I didn't call her names, I just yelled. I was so mad. I have the transcript from the first conversation, and nothing in it, to me, says that I will owe multiple months. Here's the thing, it makes sense to me. But tell us! Be clear! Be honest! Be upfront! It honestly gets worse. I ended the call saying, just to be clear, I am not getting a refund. I will pay this bill. Do not refund me. You are canceling the refund, correct? The reply?
No, you will not get a refund. I will cancel that request.
Now, that request was given to the person who randomly transferred me to this lady. If this request to cancel the refund couldn't be done, tell me. They did not. Spoiler, the request could not be canceled. I was charged, and now have to wait 7 days for the refund. All the while, my phone account is still showing that I did not pay them, despite being less than $110 for the charge. The refund was never able to be canceled, but they did not tell me this. Obviously, with the $110 being taken from my bank balance, I don't have an extra $110 to pay while I wait. I would have expected and appreciated being told things up front. You are not a salesperson. You have me. I'm your customer already. You don't need to lie. Be honest. Talking to someone today, I did get a lot more Karen. I said, is this whole place daft? Company is the worst at this. I feel like in my years working in finance customer service, you take time to explain everything in words that are well understood and explained well. You ask if they have questions. You are explicit in your meaning and intent. I feel bad for yelling. I don't get that way often. I'm not a "let me speak to your manager" type. But I do get angry when I feel like I'm being deceived, which it definitely felt like. Am I in the wrong? Probably. I should call back and apologize, honestly. I just needed to rant. Anyone know of a good phone company? I'm looking to switch. Edit, yep, okay, I'm a Karen and totally in the wrong, and a total ass love, and deserve what comes to me. Again, yep, I'm a big, huge cooter who is too idiotic to not cause this. I know. I cannot even start to say how much I regret posting this. I'm sorry. Let me clear some things up. 1. I didn't talk to any manager. I didn't need to. I just needed to get it fixed. Yes, I asked for a waiver without thinking I would be getting a service for free. The company said that upon my second call. I understood, but was angry that it wasn't explained. Which, again, is my fault. It's not their job to hold my hand and explain everything I'm too stupid to figure out. I've never thought I'm owed a free service. I just am too brain dead to realize that's exactly what I was asking for. They could have said no, sure, but I shouldn't have asked to start. It's not their fault. It's my fault. I'm the cooter. I'm sorry. It's my fault, guys. I know. I'm 10,000% in the wrong from the start. Jeez, don't be so hard on yourself. Well, honestly, if you can come out of any experience and think of things you could have done better, then I feel like you're on the track to being a good person if you're not already one. Don't worry, just always try to do better. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.